Hi, welcome back to Missed It by How Much. This is the channel that tests sports hypotheses by using computer game systems. We're currently in the 1990 season trying to manage the Dodgers to first place without the services of Alfredo Griffin at shortstop. Looking at the last game on the schedule for May 16th, it'll be the Montreal Expos at Los Angeles. Last week, the Dodgers beat the Expos 2 out of 3 in Montreal. As you see, they're only a game and a half out of first in a complete logjam with four great teams above them in the National League East. The Dodgers lead the San Francisco Giants by 2.5 games. In the American League West, Minnesota leads Oakland by a game and a half and Seattle by 3.5. In the East, Boston has cooled off a little bit. The Red Sox are now only above the Blue Jays by 2.5 games, Cleveland by 4.5. If you look at the schedule, a couple of notable performances on May 16th include Nolan Ryan, who threw 8 innings of scoreless ball in a 8-0 win by the Texas Rangers. And listed towards the bottom of the screen, Lenny Dykstra led a Philadelphia Phillies team that beat the Padres 6-1. Dykstra with his 24th game in a row with at least a single. He has now surpassed the streak that he had in the real 1990 season. He only had 23 games in a row in the real season. So we're going to play the Expos as the Dodgers manager. This series has split the first 2 games. Dennis Martinez controlled the Dodger offense in game 1. The last game, Dodgers came back from a 1-1 tie in the 8th and scored 3 to take the second game. So today is the decision-making game of the series. And the Dodgers will go with their regular lineup. Kyle Daniels will bat second. Play left field. Eddie Murray will lead off. Play first base. Again, I'd like to think that I'm improving at making the lineup. You let me know in the comments. Mike Scioscia will bat third and catch. Stan Javier has moved his way up into the 4th spot. He will not play center field. He will play right. Kirk Gibson, who had a big hit in that rally in the last game, will play center field. Lenny Harris will bat 6th. And he will play second base. We're still trying this to get enough data to see who should play second base, Sharp or center Harris. Vizcaíno has played well at shortstop, including, we'll see if the game log updated correctly for the last game. He went 3 for 3 with a big 2-run single in the 8th. And he got on base 4 times in that game. So offense coming around a little bit. Currently batting .257. And that is far superior to, I believe, the .210 that Alfredo Griffin put up at shortstop in this real 1990 season. So pleased with how he's playing. Versus lefties, especially well. Could improve a little bit against righties. And fielding-wise, he has more great plays than poor, and he's playing a little bit better percentage-wise. And according to the calculations, he's saved us 1 run thus far and will for a total of 9 in the season. Looking at the pitchers, the way that I crafted the bullpen in the 8th and the 9th after Mike Hartley's really great start for the Dodgers in the last game. I tried to use Howell for one batter. Walsh and Searage, the two lefties, helped me out when needed. I believe Searage got the save. And John Wetland was even used as like a decoy to try to get the pitcher out of the game. So I tried to stay away from Cruz, and it worked. We won the game 4-2. But most everybody's available except Wetland out of the pen. So, full bullpen. Let's see which starters are available. Morgan's available. Neidlinger coming off his terrible start. We haven't seen Morgan in a while, so Morgan pitched well against the Expos. I believe he gave up one run in a complete game. Again, game logs for me have not saved all the time, so this is a shot in the dark to see if it'll really show the last game that he pitched, and it did. On May 10th, he threw 125 pitches in 9 innings, gave up one earned run. I believe it was a home run. Walked one and 6 Ks. So even though he's been up and down sometimes, 5 earned runs here, 4. We're going to give him a shot to start this game because he had pitched well against the Expos previously. So the weather is good. It's clear. Winds blowing right to left. There you see the park effects up on the top. Let's start us off and see who wins the series. Montreal at 17-17, the Dodgers at 20-13. Here we go. Morgan will start us off against Delino DeShields. He pops it up. Looks like Murray's going to take control. Makes the catch, 1 out. Next up is Tim Raines, who's cooled off this month. Just hitting .077 Dodgers thus far, and he strikes out. For Wallach, who was hitting over 300 when we saw him in Montreal, only hitting .258. It's a ground ball to Sharperson. Should have enough time to throw him out. But there's an error. Low throw. So that's Sharperson's error. Again, that goes onto the data to see about who's going to start at third, Harris or Sharperson. So Morgan has some trouble with Fitzgerald, the catcher, up next. Let's see if he can get out of this jam that Sharperson put him in. 0-2. Struck him out. Second K for Morgan through half an inning, no score. Eddie Murray, who just had a 13-game hitting streak that was ended. Walks to get on. Cal Daniels, who also had a streak snapped about the same length recently, will face Gross with 1 on. Nice OPS. Slug is 600. Strikes out. Now Scioscia's up. Murray still locked on at first. The 0-1 pitch from Gross. 0-1 pitch from Gross. And he hits a ground ball. That's going to get through the left side. Murray moves to second. Let's see if he'll stay. Raines with a good arm. And there's first and second with 1 out for Javier, who's been hitting well lately. He has an OPS of 938 here. Let's see what he can do. According to the box. 550 on base. A 1-2 pitch. So 2 outs for Gibson, who had a big hit in the last game, the go-ahead RBI. Also a good OPS of 930. Let's see if the Dodgers can get on the board early against Gross. 3-2 pitch. He walks. So they're loaded for Lenny Harris, who has cooled off. He was hitting over 300. But in a nice spot here with the bases loaded. An average of 329 on base of 437. OPS at 824. Almost a 40% chance of a run. Almost a 27% chance of 2 runs. The 1-2 pitch from Gross. Makes contact, but it's just a ground ball to DeShields. Gross gets out of it. Leaves the bases loaded. Through one, no score. Morgan facing Larry Walker. 2 home runs on the season. He's hitting .417 against the Dodgers. The 3-1 pitch. So leadoff walk by Morgan, as he's apt to do, versus Galarraga, who hits righties better than lefties for some reason. There goes Walker. He is safe. That's a 6th stolen base. He's in scoring position for Galarraga. The 1 pitch is hit on the ground to Harris. That'll move Walker over to third. Harris gets him for 1 out. It'll bring up Dave Martinez hitting .264, and he has good numbers. All he needs to do is make some contact here to get the run home. Dodgers not playing up. We'll give him the first run. 0-1 pitch. Hit to third. Sharperson's got it, and Walker has to go back. And a great play by Sharperson, trying to make up for the error earlier. Spike Owen has been a nemesis in both series, getting clutch hits. And with Gross on deck, although Gross is hitting .333, we're going to pitch to Spike. Any other pitcher, I'd probably walk him and pitch to the pitcher, but see if we can get Owen out here. It's a 3-2 pitch. Okay. I can live with that. So, runners at the corners for 2 out for Gross, who again is hitting .333. He's 2 for 6. See if we can calm him down here. An 0-2 pitch from Morgan. It's a blooper, and that blooper means it's going to fall. And so the run scores anyhow. Trying to maneuver to hold that run from scoring, but the Expos get the first one. And they'll get Owen to third. We just don't want Gross to go to second. So it's 1-0 Expos. For DeShields, who has good numbers here, Morgan's going to have to try to get himself out of this jam. First and third. He's already given up as many runs as he did in a whole game last week. It's a ground ball to short. Let's see if Vizcaino can make the play. Poor play. And he's going to be safe, and that gets the other run home. So the defense on the left side has really hurt the Dodgers thus far. It's 2-0 Expos. And that'll bring up Rains. I can't say Morgan's at fault for this. There's a foul ball. But he needs to get himself out of this jam right now against Rains. 0-1 count. Fly ball. Looks playable. Gibson's coming in. Let's see if this is finally over. He's got it. So we're through 1.5. It's 2-0 Expos. Not an insurmountable lead. But he has thrown 47 pitches. So may see Cruz early today. Alright, Dodgers need to get some runs. Bottom of the lineup up starts with Sharperson, after leaving the bases loaded last half inning. So Gross, who looked like he was in trouble in the has now got a big lead. But he promptly gives up a single to Sharperson. So the tying run comes to the plate, and Vizcaino, who's smoking hot right now. 3 for 3, 4. He was on base 4 times in the last game. Sharperson with a 73% chance of running, but we're not that type of team. We're going to let Vizcaino hit with Morgan on deck. This 2-0 pitch. And he gets another base hit. He's 4 for his last 4. He's been on base 5 straight times, I believe. Now we're going to hold Sharperson. We're not testing Larry Walker's arm. And there's 2 on for Morgan, who has not had a hit. And Vizcaino does not have a lot of speed, and he gets thrown out a second. A lot more than you would think. But we're going to try the sacrifice here for Murray and give Daniels a chance to get some RBI. So let's see if he can just execute this. Good bunt. and they're going to have to go to first, and that works perfectly. All right, so the tying runs are in scoring position, and you got the two guys up you want the most to be up in this situation, Murray and Daniels. Let's see what Gross can do against those two. Would like at least a fly ball to get a run home. And there's a 3-0 pitch. This looks like a walk. Didn't want anything to do with him. Good numbers there. But the next guy up is going to have just about as great a number. Daniels, with one out, Daniels has an average of 328, on base of 587, a slug of 515, and an OPS of 1.102. A 53.3% chance of a run scoring and a 19.4% chance of 2 runs scoring. So let's see what he can do. Big spot in the game. Second inning in a row where the bases are loaded. And it's a 3-2 pitch to Daniels. He walks him. And the run scores. And the bases remain loaded for Sosha, who has a hit already in the game. Good numbers there too. See what Sosha can do. If he hits it on the ground, it's probably a double play. The 3-1 is looks like a base hit to left. It's in there. Vizcaíno scores. It's 2-2. Raines bobbles it. Is Murray going to score? Murray scores. Daniel goes to third. Sosha moves to second on the error by Raines. So Sosha comes through with a big single there. It's 3-2 Dodgers now. And Javier's up. And his numbers look really good. Average 347, on base of 579, slug of 418, OPS of 997. He just needs a fly ball here to get another run home. And it could be a 4-run inning. Gross now at 49 pitches. The 2-0. There. And that looks like a base hit. Daniel scores. Let's see if Sosha holds. With Raines' arm. Yeah. The hit parade continues. 2 singles in a row after 2 walks in a row. Sharperson and Vizcaíno had 2 hits in this inning. So we've had a total of 4 hits and 2 walks in this inning. The only out by sacrifice. And here's Gibson. Chance to make this inning even bigger against Gross. He has good numbers. 311, 545, 440 slug, and a 986 OPS with a 31% chance of a run scoring. He just needs a fly ball. He does strike out a lot. See what Gibson can do. It's a 3-0 pitch from Gross. 3-0 pitch, excuse me. And so they're loaded for Harris. He's had 3 walks this inning, and he's given up 4 hits. And the bases are loaded with 1 out for Harris. If Harris can make contact, well, we'll see. He has good numbers as well, an on-base of 437, an OPS of 825, slightly lower than Gibson's. 45.2% chance of a run scoring, needs a fly ball, makes good contact usually with Sharperson on deck. The 2-2, struck him out. Big strikeout for Gross, couldn't get the extra run home. And they batted around as Sharperson comes to the plate. He started off the inning with a single. Even though his numbers do not look good here, a base hit here could really put Gross on the ropes, to use a boxing term. Let's see what he can do against Gross, or if Gross can get out of the inning. The 1-0 pitch won't be a strikeout. The 1-0 pitch. Slow roller. Looks like he's going to get out of this inning with the bases loaded. The throw to Geller is going to be close, but he got him. So through 2, living dangerously, both pitchers. The Dodgers score 4 and now lead 4-2 into the 3rd. A lot of runs being scored in this game. It'll be interesting to see which pitcher settles down first. To the 3rd, Morgan facing Wallach. It's a fly ball to right. Javier watches it. Come down. He's 1 out. Next up, Fitzgerald. Walks. From Morgan, that's his third walk. And Fitzgerald has a 94% chance of stealing. We're going to let him steal because I got to focus on Walker here. Getting him out. First pitch. Goes. Throw to second. He's safe. 3 steals for Fitzgerald. He's in scoring position. It's 1-0 count on Walker. He's going for third. Throw to third. He's stolen that. Well, only a 5% chance of him stealing home. Hopefully he can't do that. So now Walker just needs a fly ball to get the run home. And it's a 1-1 count. Let's see what Morgan can do here. Ground ball, fly ball, should get a run home. It's a fly ball to Gibson. That'll easily get Fitzgerald home. Gibson with only a forearm. So nice by the catcher, showing off the speed. Don't see very many catchers steal third. It's 4-3 Dodgers. So Morgan has not settled down yet. Here's Galarraga, 0-for-1. He does have power. And he struck him out. Third strikeout for Morgan. The Expos score 1. Dodgers still lead 4-3 going to the bottom of the third. Here's Vizcaíno to start off. The bottom of the third. 2-2 pitch. 4 Ks for Gross. He's very good at strikeouts. Had 111 on the real season. 53 in the third innings. Morgan makes contact, hits a fly ball to Raines. He's got it. 2 out for Murray. I believe he's walked twice and scored a run. And DeShields should get him on the ground ball. So the first pitcher who seems to have settled down is Gross. Unfortunately, he's at 75 pitches through 3 half innings. Morgan at 65 and still has the lead by 1 run. Facing Martinez. The 0-2 count. He gets a base hit. Martinez will hold, and now we have to really pay attention. Okay, he's not going to steal a 31%. That was embarrassing last half inning. Here's Owen, the shortstop. Pesky, I would say, very, very underrated shortstop. The fly ball to right. I don't think that's going out. Javier comes in. He's got it. 1 down. Martinez going to try to tag. Nope. Stays at first. Here's Gross, who's a good hitting pitcher. 429. He's got a single the last time up. And an RBI. So we're going to play him normal. I don't think he's going to bunt here. But we'll see. He's good at bunting. It's a 1-0 pitch. And he hits it to Javier. That bounces in there. He's got a second hit of the game. Martinez is going to go to third. There's no chance of getting him with a 2-arm. And this is just back and forth. Tying run at third with 1 out with a guy up there in DeShields who doesn't get doubled up very often because of his speed. Striking out wise, I don't have those numbers. Contact here will tie up the game. We don't want that. But I don't see how we're going to get a double play. I'm not bringing the infield in. If we give up the run, we tie the game. We're going to have to win it from there on out. So Morgan's got himself in this position, giving up 2 singles. Hope he doesn't give up a third. Hit on the ground, and that's through. See if Gross holds it second, or if he tries for third. He's going for third, and he's going to make it, because there's no chance of throwing him out. And Morgan just has not looked good today. I hate pulling him here, but I mean, the game is now tied, and you got a chance to go behind. He has not performed like he did in Montreal. And DeShields is probably going to steal here. So am I going to have to go take the ball away? If I want to win this game, I'm probably going to have to do it. He has not shown that he can get out of this. So Tim Cruz, this is the spot that he usually can come in and do some work for me. Hopefully he can get out of this jam, give up one more run, and maybe that's it, and give me some length. So we'll see what he's got. Probably giving up another run here on a fly ball or a ground ball. Raines can run as well. It's going to be the first pitch. There goes to Shields, right? He's going to. We're not going to throw a second. I don't want Gross stealing home on me. Okay. So we can walk Raines here and pitch to Wallach, who strikes out quite a bit. But you're risking giving up a gigantic inning. Fitzgerald on deck after that. It's a 368 chance of being on base. He's not hit well this month, so we're gonna. If we give up the run, we give up the run. I'm not gonna put Raines on. Hopefully we can get Raines, and he walks him anyhow. So perhaps that was the correct way to go. Bases loaded, a situation that Gross has gotten out of a couple times against Wallach. See if we can get the strikeout here. Good time for one. And there's an 0-2 pitch, 0-2, and he hits a blooper. Gibson, Vizcaino going back. And Vizcaino catches it, and nobody advances. So we're still tied at 4. If Cruz can get Fitzgerald, you get out of the inning tied, which would be an accomplishment here. Fitzgerald with a run scored and 2 stolen bases. It's a fly ball to right. Javier looking at it come down. Has he got it? Get out of it. Only giving up 1 run, and the Expos leave the bases loaded. So, thanks to Tim Cruz coming in here in the 4th, the Dodgers get out of it. Great pitching there. But you lost your starter, and the Expos still have theirs. So we'll see what the Dodgers can do against Gross here in the bottom of the 4th with Daniels up. The 3-0 pitch. He walked for the 2nd time in this game, and it'll bring up Socha, who has 2 hits in the game so far. That's Gross's 6th walk. Daniels not running here. A 3-1 pitch to Socha. And that could be 2. Hit the DeShields. It gets Daniels. Owen return throw, and that's 2. Nice job on the double play. So Javier's up with nobody on base. He's got a 3-1 count. See. He gets a free pass. That's 7 walks for Gross, but he's still in this game. It's 4-4 with Gibson up. I believe he's walked. A 1-0 pitch to Gibson. It's to center field. That looks playable for Martinez. He's got it. 2-4. It's 4-4. Okay, Cruz's 2nd inning of work. Trying to get as much work out of him as possible. He'll face Walker. Fly ball to right. Javier watches it go into the bullpen on a 686 OPS. Larry Walker hits his third home run of the season off of Tim Cruz, and it's 5-4 Expos. Still nobody out. Here's Galarraga. He pops it up. Vizcaíno sprinting after this one. See if he's going to go into the stands to get it. He catches it in about the 8th row. 1 out for Dave Martinez. But these Expos have been hitting our pitchers. Look at that. There's another base hit up the middle. So maybe Cruz doesn't have it. And he's going to be running for sure. Nope, 31%. Okay. Maybe one of the few guys who hasn't. Here's Owen. Feels like this batting order coming around like ours. Every time I turn around, Spike Owen is up. This is his third at bat. Strikes out finally. And that'll bring up Gross, who has 2 hits and an RBI. See if he can get the pitcher out. The 1-2 from Cruz. There you go. Second K by Cruz. We're through 4.5. It's 5-4 Expos. Harris leads off. My general, it's a 1-2 count for Gross. My general theory is if we could score 5 runs a game, we can win. That will not work today. We're going to have to score more than 5. And Harris gets a base hit into left field to lead off the inning. He's over at first. They bring in the infield as if Sharperson's going to bunt here? They don't know my tendencies. So he's going to take a huge hack over there after they throw over to Harris. He's back. Percentage goes down from 69 to 44. We aren't going to run anyhow. And the infield goes back. So maybe bunt now? I mean, Sharperson's 1 for 2. Let's go. You're not going to trick me. I'm not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. He hits it to third. That's caught. That's 1 out. Harris goes back. It's a great play by Wallach. Leaping catch. Harris now at 70%. Vizcaíno up and then Cruz. And we're not going to hit for Cruz since we need the length. So Vizcaíno's been hot though. So we're going to leave it in his hand. They throw over to Harris again. I don't know how many stolen bases Harris has. I can't remember. I mean, I'm sure he probably has 1. But he's not a speedster. Keep throwing over there though. Don't pay attention to Vizcaíno at all. There's 3-2 pitch to Vizcaíno. Struck him out. 5 strikeouts for Gross. And the promising inning doesn't look so promising now with Cruz up. It's a line drive. Is that going to be caught? Raines makes the catch. So we're through 5. It's 5-4 Dodge. 5-4 Expos. Going to the 6th. Cruz is going to continue out there facing DeShields. 3-1 pitch. Ground ball to Harris. Over to Murray. And that's 1 out. Bring up Raines. I'd like to at least get through this half inning. 2-0. She pops it up. Vizcaíno. Catch 2 down for Wallach. The 3-1 pitch. It's a fly ball deep. Going back. And it's arcing down into Daniels. Right on the line. I don't know if it's fair or foul. And maybe a break for the Dodgers as Gross is finally out of the game. We go to the 6th. Dale Mahoric will be pitching. And the top of the lineup needs to get a run to tie it. Eddie Murray starts us off. Nice numbers there. 826 slug. The 2-2 is hit to left. It's deep. They're going to arc down. Starting to arc down. Off the wall. Oh, great play by Reigns after making a terrible play earlier, bobbling the ball. I guess he caught it over the wall. It says it might go for a home run. Near the wall, he leaps and catches it for the out. 1 out for Daniels. Also has good numbers. Slug a 920. 1.452 OPS. It's a 1-2 pitch. And so Mahoric, doing okay, living dangerously, getting away with it. Here's Sosha, who has 2 hits and 3 at-bats. He also has a good slug of 6.12, OPS of 1.070, the 1-0. It's a ground ball. The Shield's going to make a great play. No, just a normal play. And a promising half inning, again, ends up with a 0. We're through 6, 2/3 of the way there. The Expos lead 5-4. Cruz continues out there, 40 pitches in, facing Fitzgerald and Galarraga, and Fitzgerald just hit a home run off of him. I don't know if this is the guy who he blew the save against in Montreal or not. I'd have to go back and look. But a catcher did hit a home run off of him, and that one was gone. 385, his 5th home run of the season. Seem to believe it's not Fitzgerald, but makes it 6-4. And we don't get the break on the home run, but they do. And here's the guy who hit a home run off of him already in this game, Larry Walker. A 3-1 pitch, and if he reaches that ground ball to short, Vizcaino over to Murray. 1 out. Can't get much farther behind than we are now. Here's Galarraga. The 1-2 has a fly ball. Back goes Gibson. Oh no. It's coming down, but the wall. And Galarraga coasts into second. Very fortunate that was only a double. And that's it for Cruz. Very few times have I had to go out and get Cruz, but I'm going to have to today, as the bullpen has not come through like I needed them to. This Montreal Expos team shows you why they're only a game and a half out of first place. And we're going to play it batter by batter. He hits better against righties. I could bring in a lefty here. There are other options, though, that are almost as good. Holmes is not the guy here. Could go to Howell. On deck is Owen. In the pitcher spot, I believe. I'd rather save Howell for the big boys. But I got to get this out here. Get out of this inning. So we're going to go to Walsh. I didn't really want to use my lefty here. But no options. See if we can get out of this jam. 1 out. Down 6-4. Can't go down any more than that. Martinez is 2 for 3 in this game. Not good numbers. OPS of .574. It's a 2-2 pitch. And he gets a base hit, of course. The guy who has the best OPS against him can't get him out. And sometimes there's just days like this. That's the 7th run scored. Here's Owen. And he has a good OPS. 839. So that's it. We are going to have to go to Howell here. And this is probably it, because if you give up anything else, there's 0 chance. It's already going to be very, very hard to come back from this deficit. There's a fly ball to right center. Gibson got it. Martinez going to try to run. Nope, 2 out for Mahoric. if they let him pitch, or hit, excuse me, they're giving up on the inning. And I'll be okay with that. So the Expos have scored 2 and lead by 3. Harris has to make the play at first. It's going to be close. And they get him. This has been a struggle of a game. So Mahork stays in. He has had an ERA of 8.71 on the season. We can't do anything against him. Okay, 9 outs left. Going to play this as best we can. Javier will start off. He's 1 for 2. I believe he's reached 3 times with 2 walks. He gets a base hit, it looks like. Yep. Not going to run on Walker, I don't think. Runner at first. 1. Nobody out for Gibson, who also, I believe, reached twice on walks. Going to need another half inning like the second and score 4 runs here to get back in. Pitch to Gibson. He bloops it into left. That'll fall. Javier going to hold on Martinez's arm. Nope, he's going to coast right in there to third. First and third, nobody out for Harris. So a run here would be nice. 2 would be even nicer. I don't think Harris has much chance of a home run here. Tie it up. He is the tying run on base, and there's still nobody out. 2-0 pitch. Hit the second. Yeah, we're going to go home. I don't think they're going to try to do. They're going to try for a double play. They aren't going to get it. Owens, well, I told you soon. Nice play. The second good double play by the infield of Montreal. The run scores, though, it's 7-5. And they're going to change pitchers. Would have been nice to at least have a runner on, but we don't. There's 2 outs now. Montreal still leads by 2. Steve Frey coming in. He's a very good lefty. 2 saves, a 3.27 ERA. He'll face Sharperson, and if he can get on Vizcaino, who are both better at hitting lefties. So we'll see what happens here. Bottom of the 7th, 7-5. And Sharperson gets a base hit, so that'll give Vizcaino a chance. I wonder if I should run here. 73% chance is not good enough for me. And Vizcaino has played well. Let's see if he can continue. Up next would be the pitcher spot. But that's just a ground ball to Owen. A long throw to get Vizcaino, and that ends the half inning. Through 7, it's 7-5 Montreal. So that gives Jay a chance here to face the big boys, and we're going to let him. To try to get some length out of him. 1-2 pitch. It's out to Shields. Here's Raines. 809 OPS. The 1-2 pitch is a base hit down the line. Gets past Javier. He's going to go for 3. He's going to get it on Javier's arm. So we're back into another jam. With Wallach up. I'm not bringing the infield up. So, Jay, you got to get a strikeout here. Or the run that we just got back means nothing. The 1-2 pitch to Wallach. Shallow fly ball, but that's enough with Raines' speed and Gibson's arm. It's 8-5 Montreal. This team, 11 hits for the Expos. Boy, just nice job. Here's Fitzgerald. He's already homered. He's not going to homer off me again. So, wanted to get through this without blowing out the bullpen. I don't see how I can. Darren Holmes is going to get a shot. Yeah. And I guess Jim Gott will pitch tonight. Boy, had a full bullpen. Not anymore. And won't next game either. So Holmes comes in to try to cool off Fitzgerald. 1 for 3 with a big solo shot earlier in the game off Cruz. 2-1 It's a fly ball to Javier. Looks like Javier's got it. This is how I imagined our own lineup looking. There are hits up and down this lineup, including 3 for 4 for Martinez, 2 home runs. Shields has 2 hits at the top of the lineup. I mean, Wallach hasn't really done anything except that sacrifice fly. And yet they scored 8. So Holmes comes in and gets the out that was needed. And we need a pinch hitter to pinch hit for him. Is Fry still in the game? He is. So I don't really want to go with Valenzuela here. Samuel is available. We're still going to give him some more chances against lefties. He has disappointed thus far, but maybe he can turn it around here. Down 8-5 in the bottom of the 8th. 2-2 pitch by Fry. Ground ball to Owen. Long throw. Nice strong throw. Gets him. 1 out for Murray. 0 for 2 on the day. I scored a run. Well, he's been on base twice with walks. He hits a fly ball to right. That looks like it's peaked and it's coming down, and Walker is there. Very impressive player. 2 outs for Daniels. I believe that if the Dodgers lose this game down to their last 4 outs, down by 3, it's a base hit into right. The Giants will creep to a game and a half back. I believe that's correct. Okay, runner on for Socha. He's 2 for 4 in this game. Not as good against lefties, though. 2-0 pitch. It's a fly ball to right. That's Walker's area. He's got it. 8-5 Minnesota. Excuse me, Montreal. All right. I got to have somebody pitch the 9th, and that's going to be Jim Gott. He's going to go into one low spot. And this doesn't look promising. Going to lose this series. We'll have split the 2 series against the Expos thus far in the season. Gott gets a strikeout against Walker. Where was that earlier? Could have used that. 2-2. Galarraga is back to the over to Murray. 2 down. And here's Martinez, who's 3 for 4. I'll be impressed if he can get him out. Looks good numbers. OPS of 810. Gott's pitch. 3-2 is another base hit. 4-hit game for Dave Martinez. Bask in it. Here comes the logo. The graphic is up. Nice job by Dave Martinez. Jim Gott faces Spike Owen, who's 0 for 3 thus far. See if he can get us to the bottom of the ninth. One bad thing about playing at home is when you're really like this, you don't want to pitch this last 9th inning. Waste your pitchers, but you have to. All right, he gets through it on the ground out. Mel Rojas is coming in for the save. Mel Rojas on the season with an ER. This is disrespect. 1350. He's only pitched an inning and a third. 2 walks, 0 strikeouts, 4 hits. All right. I see what you're trying to do here. He's trying to save his real closer. Let's hope the Dodgers can do something about that. Here comes Javier. At least make him get this guy out of the game. The 3-1 pitch he won. Yeah, okay. Now I'm feeling disrespected. Just, okay, here comes Timber. So, Mel Rojas was just in for 1 batter. All right, now that there's a threat, the tying run is on deck. Oh, now we're going to go to the closer. And Burke has pitched well. 2.57 ERA, 3-1 with 4 saves, 14th inning pitched, 8 hits, 4 walks, 11 strikeouts. Yeah. So, Mel Rojas was a decoy. Just try and make me upset. All right, now it's going to get a lot harder. Javier at first. Gibson's stepping in. 1 for 2. I believe he's reached base 3 times. Couldn't get the run home when we needed to, but the base is loaded twice. 2-0 pitch is hit into right field, and the tying run will come to the plate, even against Tim Burke. Should play around Expos. Listen, there was a game in 1990. I believe the Dodgers played the Phillies in the real season, and they had an 8-run lead in the 9th and blew it. So don't be joking around here. You're still probably going to win this game, but you should have started with Tim Burke. Here's Harris. OPS is 677. First and second, nobody out. It's a ground ball to Galarraga. See if they turn 2. They turn 2 double plays today. Not this time. They get Gibson in second. Tying run still at the plate. This time with Sharperson. But I could hit for Sharperson with somebody with power here. But Sharperson is hitting 300. Base hit here is just as good. Throw over to Harris. He's back. Sharperson 2 for 4. Gonna have to have a pinch hitter for Gott if we get that. And we may not, as Sharperson strikes out. And it is the last chance here. And Vizcaíno, who has played well lately, I am not going to go to him. I'm going to take one big shot at it. I don't know. This is what they call in football a Hail Mary. Who has a better chance? Gonzalez, it looks like, has the best slug, even better than Hubie Brooks. So I guess if Gonzalez somehow gets on, Brooks will come to the plate. I don't expect that to happen. But you never know. It's a funny game. OPS says 809. We'll see. It's an 0-2 pitch. I'm going to bet on the strikeout right here. The 0-2 pitch, and he takes 3. So that's the ball game. The Montreal outplayed the Dodgers in a very back and forth affair at the beginning of the game, and then after Mike Morgan got pulled, there was no fourth from the Dodgers. Nothing else came forth. They scored 1 run after that. The offense still not clicking like it was, even though 5 runs is great. Not when your starting pitcher can only go 3 1/3 and give up 4 runs and that's with plus stuff. It's hard to believe that was plus stuff. I mean, that's just, I've seen him with regular stuff and it's better than this. Cruz, that's a rare bad outing for him. I'll give him a break on that. Hal gave up solo home run? No, triple and a fly ball there. Said he had plus stuff. So the Dodgers dropped to 20 and 14. Great plays by Raines and Wallach. Sharperson did not. A poor play by Vizcaíno. That's 4th. Utterly flush it down the toilet game here. I guess San Francisco is only going to be 2 back instead of a 1.5 back. Still, not a very comfortable lead. Minnesota again 1.5 over Oakland. Boston 2.5 over Toronto, and the East with Montreal winning now comes to 1 game back. So all good races. Again, only the middle of May, but that's good. Only a few teams have fallen so far that they're just out of it. I would say Atlanta. It's pretty close. St. Louis. The Yankees. The Brewers are pretty close too. California, Chicago, Kansas City, Texas. I mean, these guys, if they could get a winning streak together, who knows? Thanks for watching. See you next time on Missed It by How Much.